invited me here as well.
This
Of
is the
course.
I do
final
know one
thought,
day, I
right?
think it was
Final
last
thought.
week, you sent a message on one of our accounts to say, "Can I talk to Patrick? We got."
Yeah, she had nothing. Just nothing.
Okay,
Any for
Andrew.
all of her claims of
Okay.
Patsy, nothing. She didn't have a
Okay.
single claim. She didn't have a single solid piece of
We
evidence. She
hear
had no
you.
positive evidence Israel's involved in anything. No positive evidence that France is involved in
All
anything.
along you
No
said
positive
nothing,
evidence
Andrew.
TPUSA is involved in
All along you
anything.
said
No
nothing.
positive evidence that Erica Kirk is involved in anything. When I ask her about her claims about Erica Kirk, yeah, it's just funning. It's just funning, you know? Or, yeah, I do think that she needs to sit down and ask some questions, but, or answer some
You are
questions, but you know
perfect
what?
guy. You are a perfect
Um,
please.
I don't even know if she has. Like, maybe she has. I have no idea. Yes, I'm going to have an official timeline with unconfirmed evidence. That's just fine. Hey, it's hearsay. If that's good enough for
Okay.
the state, it's good enough for me. But my biggest problem with the state is that they're admitting all this hearsay. She's a contradiction machine.
Okay.
On top of all of this, the thing that I wanted to get out of this more than anything else
Okay.
was to just demonstrate one thing.
What?
Yes, it's true. I'm not perfect on the case. I'm not going to ever pretend that I am, and
Why
never
did you
did.
do this?
But what has been made very clear to me
Okay.
is that there's nobody with an alternative theory that has any evidence for it at all. None.
Okay.
Zero.
Okay.
And the continuous kind of expression,
Weird.
we're running an investigation. What kind of investigation builds a timeline out on a receipt that they don't even confirm? What kind of investigation tries to make these bold claims that Israel's involved and France is involved and all these different players are involved and never shows any evidence? We're just asking questions. It's again, like I said in my opening, it's always intuition, my feelings, how I feel about things,
Okay.
how I think about things.
Okay.
Andrew, how many times do you hear this today? Andrew, you can't tell me how I'm supposed to think. Yeah, nobody's trying to tell you how to think. But you should rationally come to your conclusions based on evidence and facts. And the truth is that 90%
She's
of
just
what you're saying
asking the
is simply
question.
intuition based. It came to me in a dream. It's intuition. Almost none of it has any evidence at all. Just I'm skeptical because these people over here said things, and that makes me skeptical. It's like, but no evidence. Note this to the audience, to everybody watching. You might hate my guts. That's fair enough.
I hate
I get
hate
that.
it.
I'm not the most likable man. I
Okay.
understand that too.
That's true.
But there was nothing. I mean, no evidence at all that Tyler Robinson was a patsy that was ever put forward by Candace this entire debate. Now, maybe you could say that we stalemated when it came to whether or not Robinson did it. She says, I found the evidence convincing. Or unconvincing. Andrew says he found the
You
evidence
talk too
convincing.
much.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe you can't do too much about that. But there
You
was
talk
nothing.
too
She had
much.
nothing for Robinson being a patsy.
Okay.
Nothing for any
Get
of her
over it. I want to hear
conspiracies.
my queen
Nada.
speak.
Zero.
Get
Zilch.
over
And
it.
she backed away on a bunch of them. This is the first time I think she's ever really backed away from the Twigs thing. First time I've heard her back away from the Erica thing, back away from TPUSA,
Okay.
being very cautious about making any of those claims now. Whereas on her show, much more likely to be making those claims. So she just had nothing the entire debate.
Okay.
Zero.
Candace.
Well, I think that is quite a conclusion. Admitting somewhere, maybe we stalemated. It probably signifies what I've been saying from the beginning, that you didn't feel that you were strong on the
Yes.
actual facts and the evidence, which I was willing to engage with you. I wanted to go over the screwdriver. I wanted to go over the towel and the things that you've mentioned, and you wanted to then move the conversation into a defense of Erica Kirk and her character,
Okay.
and what I've said about Erica, which is my opinion. And I have not edited that opinion after discussing with you. I would like to extend a compliment to you for being willing to sit down and to have the conversation.
Okay.
I still walk away feeling that the people who are jumping on the bandwagon about this case don't care about this case. They don't care about Erica Kirk. It tends to be follow that they take a meeting with Turning Point USA and they come out and suddenly have a lot of junk to say about Candace Owens. And I do want to also stress that Turning Point USA tried to pepper him with something as a surprise. He showed clips that were meant to be a surprise. I did no such thing. I stressed to PBD from the beginning that I was grateful he was taking Miss on and that I wanted this to be a clean debate because I believe I can win this on the merits, and I believe that I did win this fully on the merits
Yes.
by engaging the evidence of what has happened.
Yes.
I do still believe that there is more evidence which supports that there are more people involved and that Tyler Robinson has been set up,
Yeah.
and that none of the evidence that was presented was in any way overwhelming, which is why I think you wanted to move to end that discussion quickly and to speak to me about France and to talk about this Panguitch receipt
He was
and my
trying to piss you
timeline.
off.
I want to remind people that a lot of the at-home investigators, which you were open to, as you called them, internet sleuths. I think it was on a show that you did right after Charlie was assassinated that internet sleuths would solve this.
Okay.
This is the reason why Charlie, a year on, is still a conversation every single day trending on Twitter. I knew Charlie. I cared about Charlie. I care about finding out what the truth is here. My heart is in the right place. I think anybody who watches my show or even just watched this debate knows
Yeah.
that if I get something wrong, I'll instantly correct it and own it. I'm not arrogant. I don't need to sit here and pretend that I didn't misspeak on the Lance thing. It hasn't been ruled out. But you saw that he just really wanted to hammer that point. You know, part of being a well-meaning person is to concede when you are wrong, to take something off a timeline when you know it's not right. And I would like to think that that is why I have earned the audience that continues to follow me, because they know my heart's in the right place,
Yeah.
that I deeply cared about Charlie and I deeply care about the
Yeah.
answers.
God bless you.
I want to thank Andrew's team who are providing the fact checks. It's a very small room that they're in. I want to, as always, thank my team who worked really hard to make this happen and flip this set. And to you, PBD, just for being a great moderator. I think very fair, letting us both speak and making sure that Andrew got out of this what he wanted,
Yes.
which was a little more than what I wanted. But I'm very content with how I dealt with this. And I trust, I don't need to convince the audiences with the magic trick of what they need to think about this debate. They can watch it and draw their own conclusions.
Beautiful. Fair from both of you. I think